Hello and welcome to this first video on the Allegro BWV 998 by Bach. This is now coming up to the last movement for this fantastic three-movement piece. In it we're going to check out the opening. We are also going to check out how the ideas have evolved from the fugue into the Allegro and how some of the ideas in the Allegro work. There's lots here, so let's just dive straight into the Allegro BWV 998 by j.s.bach. Welcome to micro-study number 1 of the Allegro. So we're going to kick it off. It's only two voices here, so it's nice and simple. Low D, octave, 2, 1, I'm not using an open string, 3, 1, open string, 3 and 4, D, open again, 1, open, 2 and 3, C sharp and F, 1. Now, bar 3, I'm using 1 and 3 here, open, 1, low A, D. Nothing too difficult. It is possible to use 2 and 4 there. Into a hinge bar, in essence, we're using 2nd fret bar, 4th finger on that G, 3rd, then you're going to hinge off, so you've got low E, open strings, G and D, and then you're going to float forward, A and C sharp, open G again, and then we're into D, bar across 2, E and D, 2 off, 3 and 2, I'm going to leave it there for the next micro study. Bach is setting us up here for the rest of the Allegro, so this opening is very, very important. These ideas are going to come back again in the second section, which we will see in the next video. But for now, let's take a look at this in slow motion. To micro study number 2. I left it off at bar 6 with a G at 5 and an open B. I then used 2 and then 2 slides down again. 1 and 2 open, 1 stays down, I'm using it as an anchor, 1, 0 with a low A, and then we're back to D again. G, I'm using a half bar at 2. And then I suggest a 4 and 1. So your bar is taking care of the E there. Then 1 and 3 again. Open strings, 3, 4. 2 and 4. To 3. First finger, you'll see in that alternative angle, getting prepped for the G sharp. E and G sharp. Open B. Stretching out, back to D. D6 this time with that B, and then 4 is going to float down into C sharp and E with a 1, and I suggest a bar here straight away so that you can move the bar up, 2 on, 3 on the C sharp, ready, open strings, and then 3 moves up to the F, bar across 2 for the next, bar 11. Let's take a look at this all in slow motion. Welcome back to the next micro study. Bar 11, F and A, full bar across 2, leave it down, 4 on the B, C sharp and A, then your 4th is going to move up to the G at 5, and your 3rd finger is going to expose the E, and then we're back to D again. Notice the pattern. I'm using my 4th for the E there, so I can go into a half bar. Open strings. 1, 2, 4, 3. First finger prepped. 4, 3. First finger stays down. First finger going to float up. 1 and 3. 1 and 2. Open strings. And then we're into the next micro study. There is nothing really difficult so far, it's just keeping track of those fingers and now the bass notes which have come in on the quaver beats. Let's take a look at this in slow motion. Quick interruption. There are a ton of links below here, so if you're looking for the score or you're looking for the rest of this BWV 98, so the Prelude and the Fugue, I have completed all of them. Check out the links below. It'll help you learn this fantastic piece. It is all integrated. Once you've learned the ideas in one, you're going to find it pop up in the Allegro, in the Fugue, in the Prelude. Right, let's get back to the Allegro. Welcome back to bar 16 and the next micro study. We left it off here with an A in the bass, 3, half bar, C sharp, bass, 2, open, 4 on the F sharp, 2 on the B. Then I suggest you switch to a 1, and I'm going to suggest something unusual, 2, 2, 4 on the F sharp again, because we're going to fly up to E and G sharp at 6 and 7 respectively. So that is the first kind of challenging bit of the Allegro so far. E and G, G sharp at 6th fret, open string, C sharp, 2nd finger, 4th finger on a D, open B, and then you're going to float into a 4th fret bar, keeping the A free. If you want to use your hinge, you can, and then C sharp and G sharp, stretch out for the 4 on the F sharp, 3rd finger to that E at 7, 4th finger on a D at 7, and then 2 and 3 on the A and C sharp, 4th finger on a C sharp again, open E, then you're going to float down into 2nd position, 2 and 1, and then stretching out to F, leaving your 1st finger down on that G sharp is going to carry on across the bar. That is probably the most technical bit of the Allegro. Practice it slowly, keep the fingers nice and straight. Let's have a look at this in slow motion. Welcome back. Next micro study, bar 21. So I left it off with the G sharp held down, F and A, 2 and 4. 2 exposes a D, G sharp, back to A, open. I suggest a half bar here. 1, 1 for the E, A and C, open strings, 3, 4 with the 2 on the B, 3 moves up to the A, 1st finger prepped again for the E and G sharp, 4th finger on a D, 3, 2, open. I suggest switching into 2nd position, 1, 2, cutting that bass off, sliding up. If you can, leave those fingers on, stretch 3 and 4 out, G sharp and B, because you're going to come back down them. A, G sharp, F in this position, open E, and then you're going to float down to 2nd position, 2 on a D, 1, 3 and 4, low low D, notice I'm stopping that bass there, E, G sharp, and then we're back in at bar 27. That there is the first bar, or that's the first section we have that is not semiquavers. It's very important, and you could probably little ornament on the A there. Alright, let's take a look at this in slow motion. Welcome to bar 27. Alrighty, so we're looking at an A, 2-1. I use a 4 for the B, 3-2. Keep your 1 down all the time. Open A, 2, 2, 1, 3. So 2 stays down, you pivot on it. Fourth finger can move into position for the C sharp. 2, 1, 1, 1, half bar 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, so that again is kind of the tricky bit. It is 1, 4, 1 and 4, 1, that's that E there, stretch out to A, bar comes down, releases. Fantastic little cadence, and it's rhymed with what we saw in the fugue, believe it or not, but I'm going to go into that in the next micro study. Let's take a look at all of that in slow motion. To this little bit of an extra micro study. It's going to be tiny, but I'm just going to show you that the opening of the Allegro and the bottom of the Allegro, where we have and even this actually come from the fugue. We're looking at this idea of 32 into 33. I'm just doing the main line, not the basses as well. And then all of the ideas float from that. Bach just weaves in and out of that scale movement, noticing that he has this that interval there. And there another interval on the ideas. So those intervals are going to keep coming back. The third and the fourth, I believe. Bar 75 of the fugue we had 74 into 75. So Bach has actually rhymed that cadence. It's exactly the same cadence as what we get at the end of the first movement of the Allegro. This is something to look out for. It happens a lot in his music, especially within movements and pieces. He loves rhyming cadences, so it is exactly the same. Bass line here. Low E. At the end of 75, after that cadence, okay, so that is 75 into 76 of the fugue. can hear Bach starting to open that interval that he started with up. And again, you can stick an ornament there on the end. So these are the ideas, and they're going to come back again in the second section in the next video. Thank you very much for staying until the end. This has been brought to you by classicalguitarrocks.com, my baby. There are a ton of lessons on there now, including how Bach built a canon. So if you want to dive a little bit further into Bach's music and a more advanced side of it, if you want to dive into some more six-string inspiration, head over to classicalguitarrocks.com.